In a Russian newspaper, I read a story of a recent homecoming. After the opening of the Soviet borders, a couple from Germany went to visit the native city of their parents, Königsberg, for the first time. Once a bastion of medieval Teutonic knights, Königsberg, during the post-war years, had been transformed into Kaliningrad, an exemplary Soviet construction site. A single Gothic cathedral without a cupola, where rain was allowed to drizzle onto the tombstone of Immanuel Kant, remained among the ruins of the city's Prussian past. The man and the woman walked around Kaliningrad, recognising little until they came to the Pagolia River, where the smell of dandelions and hay brought back the stories of their parents. The ageing man knelt at the river's edge to wash his face in the native waters. Shrieking in pain, he recoiled from the Pagolia, the skin on his face burning. "Poor river," comments the Russian journalist sarcastically. "Just think how much trash and toxic waste had been dumped into it." The Russian journalist has no sympathy for the German's tears. Whilst the longing is universal, nostalgia can be divisive. The city of Kaliningrad, Königsberg, itself resembles a theme park of lost illusions. What was the couple nostalgic for? The old city or their childhood stories? How can one be homesick from a home that one never had? The man longed for a ritual gesture known from movies and fairy tales to mark his homecoming. He dreamed of repairing his longing with final belonging. Possessed by nostalgia, he forgot his actual past. The illusion left burns on his face. Nostalgia must not be confused with melancholia, which confines itself to planes of individual consciousness. Nostalgia is about the relationship between individual biography and the biography of groups or nations, between personal and collective memory. The accelerated pace of modern life has developed nostalgic longing. In the past, industries developed much more slowly, and there was much more time to absorb and decide. In recent years, however, the increase in technological advancement and the speed in which it happens has rapidly increased the rate in which we consume, in both the physical and the metaphorical. This is known as the modern condition. My findings suggest that objects encode stories. These stories are subjective, of course, but are a reason why objects or items can be triggers for nostalgia. The modern condition allows for the vast consumption of goods. We're always on to the next thing. Nothing is built to last anymore. This got me to thinking, what items do I possess that I consider valuable? And if I really think about it, and as much as I don't want to admit it, the most valuable item in my possession is probably my smartphone. This too, a possession with a limited lifespan, however, my own personal archive. Generation Y record a vast amount of information and activity, yet we revisit and reflect on it very little. There are even popular social media apps which aid this living for the now experience. Contacts, photos, videos, links, social media sites, all handy on my smartphone, all archived in the cloud. Available anytime, anywhere. No need for a DVD player or an old photo album, or to record an author from memory. It's all quite literally in the palm of my hand. But what if the cloud were to cease existing at this very moment?